Hi guys, welcome to another No Sleep Sunday. By that I mean it's my third shift in, I don't even know what the mathematics for it would be, but I did 17 hours yesterday, then got home early in the morning, then came here very early in the morning, so I've had a couple of hours of sleep, as you can tell by my visage, which is looking sleep deprived, and obviously by the way I speak. Do you know what's funny? I think these videos are funny because you can tell when someone's had full sleep or decent sleep and no sleep, because on these videos I'm literally thinking about what I'm saying instead of just the verbiage just coming out. I have to actually think about it. It's crazy. Yeah, basically guys, so I watched Dennis Rodman, one of the best defenders in basketball history. A lot of people put him up as the best defender in basketball history. He said Michael Jordan would score 50 points in today's NBA easily. And you know what? I agree. It's funny, I saw a lot of people saying, oh, the athletes now are all bigger and they're strong. They already do the weights. They lift. They've got great verticals, like 40 plus inches, all this kind of stuff. Do you not understand that all the things they've got, Michael had back in the day? His athleticism was off the charts, right? And people are like, oh, would he be able to cope when everyone's got his athleticism? Listen, here's the thing about Michael Jordan. Like, obviously he had athleticism, great, but I think that's a bit of a myth when people think he just had athleticism. Like, yeah, he could do most things, and he was fast, he was strong, more physically able, had an amazing vertical, amazing jump. Yeah, that's great, but listen, he also was a pioneer in sports science. He was looking after his nutrition years before everyone else. He was practicing different shots from awkward angles. I've read a book called Relentless by Tim S. Grover. He literally says how Michael Jordan, when he was ill, would literally play rounds and rounds of like basketball, basically to see how his body would cope. And when he wasn't feeling great, he'd still push through just to see if he had a mentality to push through. He had a clutch gene, of course, and that could be genetic, loads of different stuff about that, but he also had the mentality. One of his famous quotes is about how many shots he missed, and he goes, oh, I missed over half the shots I made, all this kind of stuff, but I'd never stopped quitting. That's a fact. He never stopped going on. Sorry, I was a Freudian slip. He never quit. But no, he literally didn't quit. Clutch gene, last minute shots like the one against Utah Jazz back in 1998. Like, think about it. So you're saying if Michael Jordan's here now, he's got the best nutritionists available, the best sports science available, hyperbaric chambers all the time, all these different kind of proteins, supplementation. So his already unbridled athleticism will get a bonus. He'll be working with better players, and better players always play better with other players, don't they? If that makes sense. Like, to use a football or soccer reference, Cristiano Ronaldo does well, and then you put like a Benzema in that team, you put Modric in that team, what happens? They win 4 out of 5 Champions Leagues, now 4 out of the last 6 Champions Leagues. That's impeccable. Think about how amazing that would be. Look at Golden State Warriors. So then you got to think also, if Michael Jordan was in these days, guess what? People would beg to play with him. So he might get someone like a Chris Paul, a Rajon Rondo, a Russell Westbrook, and guess what? They'd be feeding him the ball. They'd be feeding him the ball, giving him more assists, so he could score more. Do you not think so? People going, oh, you'd have like a 33% 3-point shooting. Guess what? If it's a 3-point game, then Michael Jordan, you can't just say, oh, because of his levers and all this, he would practice his socks off. Like I said the other day, basketology, aka basketballology, would be tremendous. He'd be practicing all the time. I reckon he'd get his 3-point shot to about 45%, honestly, at least, maybe even 50%, maybe even higher, honestly. That's Michael Jordan's game. He can literally do what you don't expect him to do. I grew up watching him, so you can say this is biased, and fair enough, I'll accept that if that's what you want me to think. But at the end of the day, I think I think there's nothing wrong with what Rodman said. Obviously, he played with him, obviously, that's his friend. But I think about it realistically, if guys like James Harden, who's a good player, but put it this way, James Harden in the Oklahoma City Thunder was a third best player. Nobody, I don't care what anyone says, like, go show me, would say, oh yeah, he's going to be better than Durant, better than Westbrook, be an MVP. No one would say that. No one, not one person was saying he's going to be an MVP. And now he's been real season MVP. Now he's had better seasons than Westbrook in terms of scoring, and Durant in terms of scoring. As an all-round player, that's debatable if he's better than either of them. But look, that's what happens. He was a small fish. in a big pond and maybe became a big fish in a small pond at Houston, became his own man and did everything. And guess what? Much I love James Harden, he's not Michael Jordan. You can't compare the two. If James Harden can score 36 points average, he averages about what, 36.7 points per game, PPG. Michael Jordan would, honestly, I believe he could hit 50. He can get the dunks, he'd get more alley-oops. Don't forget, there's hand, what's it called? I can't remember the word, but basically wrist, like hand fighting basically. I can't remember the exact terminology, my bad. But there's a rule on terms of like hand fighting and stuff, which wasn't around in those days. So it was a lot easier for people to block Michael's shots. So he'd have less persistent defenders against him blocking his shots. He'd be able to make more shots. Oh, guys, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but me personally, yeah, Michael Jordan could easily get 50 points per game. His 3-point shooting would increase. He'd be in around the game. More pick and rolls would be given to him. He could obviously still play the 3-point offense, the triangle offense with Jackson if he wanted to. I think he could integrate himself to a different kind of basketball, like I said, pick and roll, Mike D'Antoni style. Guys, honestly, I like to know how Michael Jordan wouldn't score 50 points. So yeah, that was it. That's for me, guys. I agree with Dennis Rodman. Michael Jordan would get 50 points. Sorry for the slurred and tired speech. I'm very, very tired. Cheers, guys.